All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, seeing as it's Monday, Mondays are the day that I record myself talking about what it is that I have planned for the week, what I'm focused on. One thing that I've kind of always used to struggle with a lot more than recently, like I've got a little bit more of a grapple on it now. And I like to talk in that way. I don't want to say like one thing that I struggle with because that just makes it more true now. But one thing I'm working on is one thing I've been getting better at is my punctuality. I've never made it a goal of mine to be a super punctual person, to be someone who's on time all the time, no matter where he goes. I think I had some kind of false belief in my head that people that are on time are needy and that people that are punctual are nerds and like dorky and like, why are you on time to stuff? I had never really thought about it too much. Like, why am I late so much? Why am I okay with being late so much? And as of lately, I'm not okay with being late. It's an easy thing for me to notice about myself that I can work on. Like, there's so many things, right? There's so many things that are a part of your personality that are kind of fuzzy and they're hard to pinpoint and really get down to brass tacks with. But for me, it's so obvious to me. And it becomes obvious to you because if you've had a similar experience to me, there's two times that I've been fired. I've been fired two times because of being late to a job. Not because I didn't do a good job, not because I wasn't hardworking or anything like that, and not because I was rude to anybody, but simply because I was late. And one time is enough, but two times should have been enough times to really communicate to me and for me to really sit down and think hard. Why am I late? Why do I allow myself to be late so much? And what belief am I holding on to about being punctual and being late and being on time that is keeping me from doing this? That is keeping me from just being on time, just being punctual. I don't have to be early, just be on time. And even after I was fired two times from a job for being late, I continued to be late in many cases at different jobs. What I'm saying is I didn't take it seriously enough. And that really kind of annoys me now, but better late than never. I write it in my agenda here. Whatever the weekly focus is, I write it in, and this week is my wake time and punctuality. And so, why is this important? Like, why does it even matter? Like, you've made it this far. Well, two things, right? Number one, I think that punctuality, being someone who's on time, it speaks volumes about how well you manage resources, not just your time, but how well you manage yourself. Are you a good boss to yourself? Do you listen to yourself? Do you know how to prioritize effectively? Or do you leave things to the end? In the past, when I was like writing a paper, like an English paper in high school, we'd have like a week or two to go before we had to turn in a paper, and I would always wait till like the last couple of weeks. I usually would get at least a B, at least somewhere in a B plus and up, because my identity, right? It's all about identity. It's all about identity because I saw myself, first of all, like for someone to be able to wait 2 weeks, you have to be confident in your abilities to get it done within those last 2 weeks. You have to believe that you're going to produce at least a good enough paper, but be confident in your abilities in writing. And I was confident in my abilities because I'd been told and I'd been shown through my grades that I was a good writer, and I did understand it really well. But I'd wait 2 weeks, right? And I'd turn it in and I'd get a good grade and I'd be like, oh, I can keep doing this. So it was a feedback loop. It was telling me like, hey, you can put things off that are important to you. Something can be important to you and you can put it off and still glide through. You can still get by. And that is the attitude that I want to completely extinguish. That is the attitude I have to completely extinguish. If I am to become the person that I want to be, if I'm going to achieve the dreams and the goals that I want, because that identity, at the core of it, that identity is one of good enough. It's one of coasting. It's one of, I'm going to do the least amount of work possible and get the biggest return. And that's the mentality that I think keeps people broke. It keeps people from taking risks. Because if you can't trust yourself to be on time, if you can't trust yourself with the existing resources that you have, how are you supposed to expect to react and act and comport yourself in a world that gives you more opportunities when you haven't shown yourself that you're capable of making the most of the resources and opportunities that you already have? And I know this is true because I'm disappointed in myself every time that I'm late, now that I've made it a point, right? Before, it was like, whatever, I was distracted with other things. But now that I have these goals that I know are difficult, but also that I know I'm capable of achieving, it pisses me off that I don't take myself, when I don't take myself seriously enough to just do the bare minimum, of showing up on time somewhere. It's not enough just to show up. You need to show up on time. You need to show up at the time agreed upon. You need to show up at the time that you said you would. And it's one of those things that I think a lot of people, they overlook. They think that, including myself, this was me. It's like, who cares if I'm here and I'm one of the MVPs here, and I'm putting in the same amount of work, if not more, than other people, and I'm getting results. You shouldn't care if I'm late. Especially in sales, that's the mentality. It's like the top producer is untouchable, right? Because everyone loves a producer, and in a way, they can kind of do whatever they want. But this is not a mentality of the winner. Like it's all good and dandy if the world wants to treat you as a winner with more benefit, right? They give you the benefit of the doubt more. But you shouldn't take advantage of that in the sense that you're handicapping your own productivity, your own willingness to go above and beyond. Not for other people, not for the praise or anything like that, but for yourself. To know that you are that guy. That you are the kind of guy that doesn't stop just because other people are clapping. You're not satisfied. And not in an ungrateful way, but there's always more to become. There's always more that you're capable of. And that's really what I'm talking about here. But anyways, that's what we're up to this week. I hope you guys are also having a good week, a good Monday. Today's Monday. I don't know when I'll post this, but I hope you had a good weekend as well. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, if you'd like to keep up with my story, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Have a good day. Peace.